Hi, I'm Kirsty Miles, a member of the BalletBoyz team, and this is a podcast series about Still Pointless, our 25th anniversary show. I'll be talking to the choreographers, artistic directors, and dancers behind the production. We are located in Arts Depot, where we are midway through our tech week. First, for people who don't know anything about BalletBoyz, what is BalletBoyz?
BalletBoyz. My name's Michael Nunn, and standing next to me is Mr. William Trevitt.
Hello, hello.
And we were dancers back in 1987. We joined the Royal Ballet Company. We danced there for a while. We got bored. We left. We started our own company called George Piper Dances. But we were known as BalletBoyz because we made a documentary for Channel 4 called BalletBoyz about our lives as dancers. And yeah, we created BalletBoyz, and our first show ever was called Pointless, and we did it at the Roundhouse. And it's now our 25th anniversary, so we're back.
And we're still pointless.
Still Pointless at 25.
So you decide you're going to do an anniversary show. You sit down to make the program for the show and choose the rep. How does that conversation go?
Well, we had to try and remember what we'd done, being geriatrics as we are. It took a long time. But we went through repertoire that we've danced and that our company has performed. And really we're looking for the highlights. What are the things that audiences have loved that we could bear to watch again? Because you have to imagine we've watched some of these things 150 times. So could we actually bear to sit and watch it again?
Yeah, and what's relevant for audiences now? Some of the work we did might not be of interest now, but I think these are our sort of current crop of favourites. And it shows a real breadth of what the company's done over the last 25 years.
And it's not just dancing on stage, but there are interstitials.
Yes, or in normal language, short films. Yeah.
Forgive the background noise. There are dance classes going on all around us as we speak. The interstitial films, the original idea was that we really hated in a performance where there was a pause, where you knew the dancers were doing a quick change and the house lights come to half and you kind of sit there waiting for something to happen. So we decided that we wanted to put films in those slots that would tell you something about the process we'd gone through to create the work, or the people that we'd commissioned.
Or the area we were performing in.
So lots of different things, a little film interlude between pieces. And so this Still Pointless show will be no different from the original Pointless show, in that it has little films that give you some extra insight into the company or the world of dance or the world of the BalletBoyz.
Yeah, I think quite often you can go to a performance, especially with contemporary dance, and you don't really know what is going on, what the choreographer was trying to put across, who the composer was, what. So in our show, you get to know the dancers, you get to know the choreographer's intent. And it's a fun way to watch dance.
And what we've always wanted was to show you that we or the dancers, whoever you see performing, they're ordinary people, but they have an extraordinary gift or an extraordinary talent. And to make a contrast there, to show you how kind of mundane it can be to be a dancer, but then you see the real people on the stage and you see that they have this phenomenal ability.
And has the show changed throughout the rehearsal period at all?
The order's changed. I think as sort of producer-directors, we choose the work we like. You have to have a balance. So if you go from a sad piece into a sad piece, it's not going to work. So you need to have those ups and downs in a performance where you take the audience with you. And we're still working on that at the moment, with the interstitials, with the lighting, with everything, to try and create a sort of rounded performance.
And we have 10 exceptional dancers, and we want to be able to showcase each of them in their own particular way. And so we have a variety of different cast members doing different duets and trios and group numbers and solos, so that we get to see everyone shine.
And you two are dancing at Sadler's Wells, not on tour, but at Sadler's Wells.
Yes. We are dancing exclusively at Sadler's Wells.
How are you feeling about that?
It's been a challenge.
It has been a challenge, actually, because we open the show with a piece that we did 25 years ago when we opened the original show, and obviously it hasn't come back as quickly as we had hoped. I think our brains are a little slower, a little more tired, as well as our bodies. But it's been an interesting experience, and to be a part of a dance company again, rather than being sort of senior management, to see it from both sides is sort of fascinating.
And we originally wanted to to have critical mass in our repertoire, because it was going to demonstrate our credentials as contemporary dancers, having been known as classical ballet dancers, and making that shift is not easy. And in a way, that's exactly what's happening again. We're having to prove our credentials by dancing the same thing again 25 years later.
Are you excited? Like, do you think when the lights come
Terrified, absolutely terrified.
We've been rehearsing for weeks and we've got it right twice.
It could be hilarious.
Yeah, so what do you do if you can't remember the steps on stage?
Just fake it until the end. Nobody else knows the steps, hopefully, apart from you, probably, Kirsty.
No, I don't. Wait,
Yeah, you do.
So you start as ballet dancers and then you start an organisation and you become managers and you run an office. Can you tell me about that transition?
You made that sound so
That
dull.
is the driest of all dry things. Yes, we were ballet dancers. Then we decided to sit behind a desk and become administration.
Yeah.
No, I think what we did was
No, it didn't happen like that at all.
coming from a large institution like the Royal Opera House. You're told everything. You're told when to get up in the morning, what to eat, what to wear, when to get on the bus, when to get on the plane. So really, because it was a small company, we had to do everything. We had to learn how to do the accounts. We had to learn how to book a tour, which may seem boring to you as an administrative process, but for us, it was exciting.
It was because we had a dream. There was something that we were chasing. We wanted to be able to commission people, to collaborate with people, and we needed the wherewithal to do that. And starting our own company was the way for us to have that control.
And can you speak about what's the life of a dancer today? What advice would you have for someone who wants to be a dancer?
I think it's very different today. When we were dancers, we trained at the Royal Ballet School, and our main aim was to be ballet dancers in the Royal Ballet Company, and we achieved that. Very few people can do that. And the life of a dancer now is very much about having a larger portfolio of skills. You need to be able to be good at ballet, be able to be good at jazz, you need to be able to sing, you need to be able to act, to keep yourself employed. No, there aren't many companies now that you can work for all year round, so you need to have that skill set to be able to work anywhere at any time.
What he said.
What do you know now that Michael and Billy 25 years ago did not know?
That's a fabulous question. One thing.
One thing each.
There is no successful formula. You have to dare to risk in every production. You cannot copy what you just did. Otherwise, you just become irrelevant.
And mine would be to simplify, to strip back anything that's not essential.
We are in production week.
We are.
What's that like?
What is a production week? Production week
What
is,
even is it?
What is it?
I
Let
have
me
no
tell you what
idea.
it
Okay,
is.
thank you.
It's we've rented the Arts Depot in London, in Finchley. They have a fully functioning theatre, so it's really useful to see the show before it premieres. You know, if you do a West End performance, you can get into a theatre, you can do 5 weeks of previews, tweak that show, make it the best it can be. We don't have that luxury as a dance company. You rehearse the show, you put it on, and you are judged on that. So we've given ourselves a little break. We've got this theatre for a week so we can make the show the best it can possibly be before we go on the road.
So it's designing the lighting, checking the costumes, making sure the interstitial films that you described so eloquently earlier work, make sense, are entertaining, are interesting.
Having time to do fascinating podcasts.
So actually this week is least about the dancers. We assume by now that they know their roles and that they can do everything we need them to do. So this week is about everything but the dancers.
And it can get stressful, right? It's like a really busy week. I mean, we're doing this right now in your lunch break after another interview. Yeah. Like, how do you balance the stress and the busyness with remembering that this is like art and it's special and to enjoy that?
I just think we're so used to it, and this is what it is. When you put a show on, when it gets this close, 2 weeks out or a week out, it's just, I don't know, full commitment. Hours go out of the window. You do everything you can do to make sure that product is the best it can be. So I suppose we're quite used to that.
It doesn't feel that stressful. I think we're just re-evaluating all the time. Is it working? Is it essential? Can we manage a different way? Is there a cleverer way, a more efficient way?
And over the years, we've managed to attract lots of good people to work with us. So we're confident of all those peoples in those roles.
When you're making a show, do you stop to think, is this in line with the BalletBoyz idea and BalletBoyz brand? Or you're just like...
I've no idea what you're talking about.
No idea what you're talking about.
Doesn't.
We don't have a brand.
We don't have a brand.
Do you think we have a brand?
Well, yeah.
What's the brand
Really?
then?
It's like
Do we have a style?
Oh.
There's a sense of fun. It's the balancing of perfection with the cheeky funness.
Yes.
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 So
No, but we don't measure the performance and think, is it matching our brand? Does it have the right amount of cheekiness and the right amount of... No, I think we make a show that we think will be entertaining, high quality.
okay, so you do entertaining high quality.
Yes, but yeah, because the actual work you see on the stage, not us mucking about on camera, is serious, and we have to do the choreographers justice.
Yeah.
So that part of it is serious.
Yeah.
What we try to explain is that we're basically just like everyone listens to this podcast,
Slightly making it up as we go along.
slightly making it go along and
Waiting to get caught.
but you've learned to be very consistently creative over 25 years. What advice would you give to someone who's trying to be creative, who's struggling to start projects, finish projects? What would you say to them?
You just got to keep ploughing on. We always have sort of 5 projects up in the air, knowing that 3 of them are going to fall down the toilet, and we'll be able to continue with 2 of them. We're always doing something new because it keeps us interested. I think it would be quite easy just to create a performance, put it on for 6 months, put it on for a year, and put our feet up, but that's not interesting. So, yeah, just keep making stuff. Keep making it, keep knocking on doors, keep trying to raise the cash, keep trying to get the audiences in. Don't copy anyone else. Try and do something unique.
Yeah.
You need to clock up those 10,000 hours. You need to do stuff, make things happen, find people that you want to work with, explore opportunities, make your own if there aren't any.
Still Pointless premieres at Sadler's Wells from the 12th to the 16th of May, followed by a UK tour from the 24th of May to the 11th of July. You can book tickets at balletboyz.com/book now. See you there.